to another Monday News with Britt and Angelica.
Okay, so my first story is just like, this is just seems like a weird thing to happen. Maybe because we live in Michigan, but there was a giant cactus that crashed through a windshield during a wreck in Arizona. And apparently, this guy was driving, it's a sports car, it's like a little black sports car. He got in a wreck, and the trunk of a cactus went through his windshield. And he didn't get injured at all, luckily. But it's like, that's like almost as bad as like a tree, you know?
Oh,
like
yeah.
hitting a tree. Like, I've never thought about it before, but like hitting a cactus would suck so bad. It's
Yeah.
like hitting a spiky tree, you know?
Yeah. I guess those are like the trees of the desert.
And like how he somehow got no injuries is like beyond me. I don't know how that happened. You know, that's pretty amazing.
I wonder if it like leaked a bunch of liquid water inside. Because you know how they hold a bunch?
Yeah, I don't know. But, and I mean, it's like huge. Like, it's, you know, like, I've never really seen a cactus, I don't think. Like I mean,
little ones.
Right.
Yeah.
But like cactuses.
Like an actual big one.
Yeah, like I looked at the pictures and it's like massive. Like I was surprised at how big like just the trunk was. And they said that apparently the police like figured out that he was like impaired. So he was like drunk or on drugs or something. So maybe that's why he survived it without any injuries.
I don't know.
Because, you know, they say, like, drunk drivers, the reason that they never get hurt in accidents is because your
You're just
body's
floppy?
relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, yeah, I just thought that that was kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've never seen, like, a cactus before, but it was just interesting.
Yeah. Well, how did the trunk go through the windshield, though? That's the weird thing.
I don't know. It's like, wouldn't the...
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, because when you hit a tree, it's not like the trunk of the tree goes through your windshield. It's like either you wrap your car around it.
Or like you hit a big branch. It's not like you can knock it over up here so that the butt comes up to go back in your windshield.
But, and like, literally look at this picture.
Wow! That's like as big as a telephone pole, Michiganders.
Yeah, and it's like, the trunk is in, it looks like someone took
Threw
a
it.
cactus. Yeah, it looks
It
like
has to
Thor.
be like this, though.
Yeah, it looks like Thor picked up a cactus and chucked it, like, what is that called when you like, there's some Olympic sport, like track sport that you like.
Shot put?
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Something like that. It looks like they like literally like shot putted it into his windshield.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it was an alien. You know, he's down in the desert, kind of close to Area 51.
Yeah, could be. I guess it was like 30 miles north of Oklahoma City.
Oh,
But still, Oklahoma, that's a weird place.
it is a weird place.
If there's anywhere where aliens probably are, it's probably Oklahoma.
Oh, I feel like it's Alaska.
Oh, for sure, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the owls and stuff, we watched that one movie. Remember?
Yes.
Senior Skip Day?
Yeah, dude. We went to see, what was it called? Something about four.
The fourth kind.
The Fourth Kind. Dude, and it's true story, true footage. Scariest movie you'll ever watch. We were haunted for years. Still are. It's crazy.
Yeah, we watched it in the middle of the day and it was still creepy. But like, also it was creepy because then, remember when we lived in that place? We lived in an apartment complex, like neighbors, and for some reason, outside of my window, there was always an owl in the summer. So like when I had my window open, there would be an owl hooting, and I had never seen an owl or heard an owl. Like I just thought owls like kept to themselves. So it was super weird. And if you've seen that movie, you know that like that means that's an alien watching you.
Yeah, and it would look right in the window, and every night that it was there, she would have terrible night terrors.
Like psychotic. Like one time my husband woke up and started freaking out because I was like chanting. And like I've talked in my sleep before, but literally I was chanting. Okay, I was laying in bed and all of a sudden I woke up, or I woke up. I was like half sitting up. Alex is looking at me like mortified, like with this scared look on his face. And so I thought he was screwing with me, like trying to scare me. So I started punching him, thinking that he was like screwing with me or like acting possessed or something. So I started like hitting him, you know, like saying like, stop, what the hell, what's wrong with you? And he's like, what's wrong with me? You were just chanting in your
Oh
sleep.
my God, what were you chanting?
I don't know. He said it was like, it didn't make sense. He said I was just like chanting.
Did you check if the owl was there?
I'm pretty sure that it had been. Usually we heard it before we went to sleep. And like, I always had sleep paralysis, which I had never had it before that.
Dude.
And I
that
thought-
it happens to me all the time, and it is so terrifying.
Well, at the time I thought, oh, okay, this is my first place I've lived, like, not with family, you know? Like, I had moved into different houses before, but, like, I had always lived with, like, a parent or, like, my aunt or whatever. So I thought, you know, that's not that weird that I'm, like, maybe it's just something to do with that. But then as soon as we left that place, guess what? No more sleep paralysis. And I just moved down the road, too.
Yeah.
And I never get it now. I've had it maybe like once or twice since then.
The only places that I've lived where it happened to me were in my childhood house, which we have all experienced things there to do with ghosts and stuff. And the last house we were in, which I knew the people who lived there years ago, and when they found out I was living there, they contacted me to be like, oh my God, be careful with the kids. It's haunted. And like, we didn't get any experiences in there except for me having sleep paralysis and stuff.
See, and I feel like at that house, like your last one, I don't know, I felt like very, like, comfortable there.
Yeah.
Like, it was very, like, you know, when you, like, go to someone's house and it feels kind of like, like, you can see, like, it feels like a home.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
clean energy, except for when I would try to sleep, man. It, like, and it sucks because you know you're in sleep paralysis, but like to the outside world, it looks like you're just sleeping going, because you're trying to scream.
Yeah, and I can't imagine getting that as a child. I had nightmares sometimes.
Nobody believed
but-
me.
Really? I feel like now it's such a common thing that, like, if your kid said that it was happening to them, you would instantly know what they meant, you know? But, like, yeah, I guess back then people probably didn't know what it was.
I didn't know how to explain it, so I would like try to tell my mom how scared I was to be in the dark or go to the back of the house by myself or be in my room. I would tell her someone was holding me down while I was sleeping, Mom. I tried yelling for you and nothing would come out of my mouth, and she'd be like, "Oh, knock it off." So
That's terrible, yeah, because I can't imagine that. That would freak me out as a kid. Alex gets it, like, sometimes he'll get it really bad for a while, and I'll be sleeping, and I'll wake up because he's shaking his leg, and that's how I know that.
that's how he.
And so I'll wake him up, and he'll be like, "Oh my God, thank you so much."
And you know-
he's always so thankful.
And he was trying so hard to get that
Yeah.
leg to shake. See, I can't move my body, but I try to scream. So like when I wake my husband up, what I'm doing is going, oh, that's what it sounds like. But really in my head, I'm screaming for whoever I know is around me, like screaming as hard as I can.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like you'll be trying to like move and like yell and stuff, and like if someone's watching you sleep, it just seems like you're like having a little bit of a nightmare or like
Yeah.
because you'll probably just be like, you know, like it's
Yeah.
not even like, yeah, I mean like if I didn't know Alex, I would just think he was like, you know, having a dream he was running or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the aliens, I don't even know. Should we even talk about the storming Area 51? Like, there is so much to say about it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's like ridiculous.
But, like, it's so interesting and cool at the same time. But I gotta say it without getting too deep into it because I don't want to cause, you know, a feud or anything. But, like I was saying earlier, if we can get 500,000 people to go check for aliens, why can't we get 500,000 people to go help at the border with the children in cages?
Yeah.
Like, what's up
Yeah,
with
well,
that?
that's what I don't understand is like, okay, so why don't they let like nurses and teachers and things like that volunteer? Because I'm pretty sure that some like medical professionals went down there to try to like give the children checkups and see what's going on with them. Because some of them were getting quarantined because they're like getting the flu and stuff. They're in like a tight space with other dirty kids and stuff, you know, kids that, because it's not like they're giving them showers every day and stuff. So like some of them were getting sick, so like these nurses or something went down there to volunteer, and like it was like hard to get in. Like lawyers have tried to go do like checkups on the like well-being checkups on the children. It's like super hard to get in, which I understand is like a detention center, and like you don't want people like kidnapping the kids or like abusing the kids or whatever. But they should let like medical professionals and teachers like volunteer.
Yeah, let's let the professionals go team up and volunteer there.
Yeah.
And then all the Kyles and Karens can inform us of what happens at Area 51.
Yeah.
Yes, the U.S. Air Force just came out with a statement. They say that Area 51 is an open training range for the U.S. Air Force. We would discourage anyone from trying to come into the area where we train American armed forces. She was casually reminding any reader that there are probably a lot of guns on site. Quote, the U.S. Air Force always stands ready to protect America and all its assets, end quote. So it says, consider yourselves officially warned. They say that they stand ready to defend Area 51 against the million Facebook.
That's so interesting
Ready.
because it's like they're saying like, oh, we're gonna defend America, but it's interesting because the million people who are going there are Americans.
Right.
So it's like
We have,
us against our government.
don't we have
you
the
know?
right to know?
No. You would think, but like, no, the government, like, that's why it's like such a super secret base, is because like, it's like, it is for the better of the country because the government does have to keep some secrets from the public so that like Russia, China, like other countries don't know what's going on because they probably test like new technologies. That's why a lot of people think that's why there's so many UFO sightings there, is because they're testing like these crazy, like, because the military is always like 15 years advanced than the like public. So like when we get like, you know, cell phones or something, the military's already had that technology for 15 years. That's like a general rule, is that they're always further ahead. So a lot of people think that like the UFO sightings are just because the military's, you know, like 15, 20 years ahead of all of us. So they have like crazy technology going on. They're testing it out, and people see it, and they're like, "What is that?" You know?
Well, so you know what they should do then? If these people really show up, they should have like a plan in place to where they don't have to shoot all the Americans.
Yeah.
They can let them into the front gate. They bring out one alien thing to let everybody see and stand guard behind that. And if they try to go any further, then they have to defend it. But they should at least like humor
Well,
the situation.
If they bring out well, I don't know, that might make it worse, because if they bring out something alien,
Yeah.
then they're gonna be like, okay, what else? If that's
Yeah,
what you're
then they're
showing
really
us.
gonna storm.
Because I would think like, okay, they're showing us like the lamest thing they have. You know, I would want to see what they're. Still
Or
doing.
maybe they're just gonna release one of the fucking creatures. And then that's where the apocalypse starts.
Yeah.
They don't realize yet that the bite from the creature creates a zombie.
It could happen.
Did I just figure something out?
It could happen.
Oh, buddy.
But also, like, if they do have, like, alien stuff there, I mean, it's like, even if, like, 6 million people showed up, like, they are not letting anyone in.
No, it's just.
I mean, 6 million could probably get in, obviously. 'cause
I
that's
don't
a lot
think
of people.
anyone's gonna really show up. Like maybe, yeah, I know that
I
there's
think-
gonna be some. But
I'm
like
letting,
the
like, 500 people.
Yeah, the celebrities and stuff. There is no way they're gonna go risk their lives
Neil Patrick,
unless they know people are already in. Like
Neil
past the
Patrick
point.
Harris is not going to die over aliens. You know?
Right. Like we're way up in Michigan. Let's wait, see what happens, wait for people to post pictures of what they find. And if for some reason we're allowed in there because they take it over or whatever, then maybe we'll go check it out. Or maybe not because we don't want to be close to whatever stupid Americans are going to release.
Yeah, I mean, if there is alien technology, who knows? The government's probably trying to figure out. If the government got a hold of alien technology, they're trying to like deconstruct
Yeah,
it and
you
figure
know-
out how to work it. We don't know what it could do.
Now that we talk about this more, it's a really bad idea.
But yeah, we recommend probably don't go try to storm Area 51 because they're probably gonna like drone strike you or something. Like,
And trust me, like we are all for adventure. We spent like months being just so scared because we researched aliens so much that like we're very interested, but come on guys, it's a bad idea.
yeah.
I don't know. To each their own kind.
Yeah, I mean, if there's enough people doing it, maybe it'll be a little safer just because you're safer in numbers. But, like, if people really do that, some of them are probably gonna die.
What if they like release an alien virus? Like I'm like convincing myself that this could be the start of the apocalypse if they go through with it. Like what if something that they're trying to keep stored gets released?
Well, yeah, and America is known for having like viruses and stuff like that could literally like take out entire
Imagine an
populations.
alien one.
Yeah, they're known for storing those and stuff, and I mean, yeah, that's really scary.
Yeah. Something else kind of creepy and scary. You may have heard about this. It just like got big this morning actually. In Australia, there is a TV presenter named David Campbell. His 4-year-old son Billy, without any knowledge of her or anything, claims to be the reincarnation of Princess Diana. It gets creepy. He talks about details of her life with specific names and places that he has never been to, nor seen anything about, nor heard of.
How old is he?
He's 4.
Oh my god.
He's seen a picture of her and says, "Look, it's me when I was a princess." They've never talked about her or anything, and he continued to make comments every now and then about having a brother named John, which was Princess Diana's brother. He died before Diana was born.
Wow.
And another one where he mentioned his 2 boys, William and Henry. He started to refer to his 2 boys as sons after the father asked what boys. So, and it's, I don't know, there's just so much stuff. Like, how can you not believe him? If they've never told him, if he's never seen about it on TV, how would he know any of this? And
I don't know, but they need to ask him what happened. Was it the noble family that killed you, that drove you off the road, or was it really just paparazzi?
well, here it gets into more. He accurately described what Balmoral, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Balmoral, the Queen's favorite residence, looked like without ever having seen it. Ever. He described it. He claimed he was Princess Diana and he used to go to a castle that kilted Wonderland. He described the castle as having unicorns on it and was called Balmoral. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland and there are unicorns on the walls. How does he know this? Okay, and let's pop up a picture of him because he's super adorable. The boy's most recent comment, they say, is the shocking of all. He discusses her passing. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, I think is his wife, showed him a photo of Diana to see what else he would say. And the boy said, "There's me as a princess. Then one day the sirens came and I wasn't a princess anymore."
Oh my gosh.
Like, how does he know this stuff? And I only sit here with my phone reading it because I want to get it correct. You know, sometimes I mess up things just talking about it. But how could 4-year-old? You're so innocent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. That's super weird. Especially just everything. The whole Princess Diana story is really. It's just weird to me.
See, I don't know much about it.
So when they she was dating someone else. So they were getting divorced, I think, or they had just gotten divorced or something. I think they were in the process of getting divorced, but she was already dating someone else, and the paparazzi, everyone loved Princess Diana. I remember my mom had she loved Princess Diana. Everybody in America, everybody in the UK, everybody was obsessed with her. Especially since it was so crazy because she was getting divorced from the prince, and then she was dating someone else, and all this stuff. So paparazzi were all over her all the time, crazy. And she was in the car, I think either with a driver or I think it might have been her new boyfriend was driving. But she was in the car with her new boyfriend and the paparazzi were following her and they ran her off the road and she ended up dying in a car wreck trying to get away from these paparazzi. And that's why people think that there's that it was the queen hired people, because they didn't want to tarnish their good name with a divorce and stuff like that. Because everyone thinks that like the noble family was like, or the royal family was like embarrassed that like she was like tarnishing their good name and all this stuff. And I'm like, I wonder what like how creepy it would be to hear all those stories and then be like Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
You know, like what if she like slips up? What if something goes wrong? It's creepy.
Well, this little boy, they should like introduce him to like Harry or William or something.
Yeah. I mean okay.
And see what happens. Like,
What's the one's name that Diana was married to? I can't remember. Harry, William, Henry. I don't know, but he's still alive. So like they could introduce this little boy to him.
and yeah, just ask him if he wants to go meet the prince or whatever. Don't give him any details, you know, and just see if it sparks any memories or what he has to say.
Yeah, and now like
And it's not like a 4-year-old, like, yes, 4-year-olds are great with technology nowadays, but it's not like he can go on Google, find the exact information he needs about Princess Diana. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, and it just seems like a kind of weird thing for a 4-year-old to do. But I mean, I don't know, there's been cases before where like, you know, like kids would be saying weird stuff like this, and then, like, okay, like a kid would say like, oh yeah, I was a World War II pilot or something, and the parents would be like, you know, like be like feeding into it, so the kid would like be saying all this stuff.
yeah.
And then they would find out like he just was watching the History Channel once or something, and then the parents like, you know, kind of like made it worse by like being like, oh, like tell us about this, is this in a past life, you know, like at feeding them like certain kind of questions.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like this guy wouldn't have, because he's a TV, whatever, he's on TV, so I don't think he would have, like, fed into it because of the chance it could be fake.
Yeah.
It would cripple his career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
know what you're saying. That does happen a lot. I see it all the time because I have a 6-year-old.
Well, and like,
And-
yeah, it's like kids are so like easily persuaded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like if you,
Most parents, I don't know how parents don't see that.
I think that the parents in those situations actually want to believe it, and so they don't realize that they're doing it, you know?
Yeah.
I think they like want to believe it so bad that they don't realize they're doing it.
Yeah. I never ask specific questions about things. I'm just like, tell me more, or what else do you know, or what's your opinion? I use generic things like that to see what
Yeah.
they know.
Because even if you let a kid know that you're like interested in something, like if your kid was to say like, oh, in a past life I was this, and you were like, what, like blah blah, if you get all excited when they're that age, like they want to impress you, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So they're gonna, of course they're gonna like keep making stuff up, or you know, like, I mean, it's a kid, they have active imaginations,
Yeah.
but like, so you gotta play it cool when you're questioning a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Even police, this is why police can't like interview kids on their own, because if the police is like saying things like you know, like kids are like really
because
dumb. No offense to kids, but they're dumb. They're
Yeah.
easily like persuaded into saying things that aren't true, like, or confessing to things they didn't do.
Right. Like, oh, Johnny, I heard that your dad hit your little brother last night. They can't do that.
Right, exactly. If they're like using like pointed questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's been cases where kids have been convinced to like say that a parent is like if the parents get separated and then the one parent wants to get back at the other one, they'll convince the kid to say that their other parent's abusing them.
Yeah.
And then it comes out like that really the mom or the dad or whatever was just like using the kid.
That's terrible too.
Yeah, and the kids, a lot of times when they get older, they believe that they actually were getting abused because like the parents freaking put it into their heads.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
Yeah.
Okay, my next story is, this one's just kind of cute. I thought I would share it because it was just a nice, adorable story. Nothing bad happens. So this guy was staying in New Hampshire at like a resort, and he was an employee at the resort, Omni Mount Washington Resort, and he saw that on their like veranda there was a black bear just watching the sunset.
Aw. Oh, that is so adorable.
Yeah, like the pictures are really cute. He snapped a few different pictures of it, and I mean, like, it's just a nice story. Nothing bad happened. This was at like, or it was the sunrise because it was at like 5 a.m. And he just took a picture of this black bear, and it's like a small one. Like, it's not like a huge one.
Oh, that's different from what I was imagining it would look like, the veranda.
Apparently, to get the bear to leave, he just loudly clapped and stomped, and then it left.
Yeah.
Because I guess it was trying to go through the, it was trying to find like a trash can or something.
I just saw this video yesterday of a black bear. I don't know what state it was in, but there was a mama and 3 babies, and they were trying to cross the road. There was a lot of traffic, so all the cars were stopped. People were taking pictures and recording, but everyone knows to stay back.
Yeah.
Well, not this one guy. So there's a car parked right here, and the babies are walking here. The mama's behind the car. So this guy comes around the back of the car trying to get up to the babies. The
Oh my
babies
God.
run to the back of their mama. The man walks to the front of the car, tries to step closer, and the mama comes at him. And so, like, you know, he jumps back, and then the mama hurries up and gets the baby across the road. Everyone was like, "You dumbass! What are
hate
you
those
even trying to
videos.
do?"
I hate those videos. There was one not that long ago of like someone like screwing with an alligator or something. It was like on the side of the road, and like people were like going up to it trying to get pictures, and it attacked somebody, of course.
Cameras have zoom for a reason. Don't
Yeah.
endanger yourself just to get likes on a picture.
Like, at the very least, stay in your car.
Yeah.
Even that, like, depending on what kind of animal it is, staying in your car might not help you, because like if a bear is like jumping on your car, like punching the window, you know, like that's pretty scary. But like, depending on the animal, just stay in your car, take a photo, and then get out of there. Or just like, don't take a photo.
Right, just enjoy it.
It's like an animal. Like, it's not that big of a deal, you know?
Go to a zoo and see it.
Yeah, and
Just
like,
don't jump in the cage. You know,
yeah,
there
or
are
let
a lot
your
of dumb
babies.
people.
Who the hell is letting their babies go into zoo cages?
I know. Poor fucking Harambe.
Harambe?
Whatever.
But that's like, well, how does that even happen? That's like the time that you should definitely be watching your kid when there's a cage that's like open on top like that they could climb into.
Well, like all of them at the zoo, other enclosures,
Yeah,
you can just climb right over, but usually there's a big drop before the...
yeah. Yeah, I wonder why there wasn't, or maybe there was and the kid fell into it. I'm not sure. But either way, that's like a thing that like happens sometimes. It's really weird that people, especially after like it happened once,
Yeah.
you know, people weren't like, maybe we should like hold our kid's hand when we're like at a zoo, you know?
Or put them in the wagon that we rented.
Yeah, like do something. Get one of those leashes
Yeah.
for your kids, like at Disney World.
So I just wanted to come back from last week. So we went to the animal shelter and we talked about the Read to Kitties program. Well, I feel a little humiliation. I had the wrong info. So it wasn't the animal shelter's program. It was actually a program through our district library. And it's called like Can Do or something. I think it's like an online reading program for the summer. And it was one of the goals. You would go to the animal shelter, read to the kitties, take a picture, and you got a prize through that program.
Oh.
Even so, we got to go read to kitties, and
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah, that's still cool. Libraries always have a lot of like interesting programs for kids, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. When I seen that, like I felt like I was gonna puke. I'm like, oh my god, I had the wrong info. I didn't do it correctly. But that doesn't even matter to him. He got to go read to sad kitties.
Yeah, and like the people at the animal shelter don't know that he's not in the library. You know, they
Yeah.
probably just assumed he was. But also, who cares? Even if your kid's not like in it, I would still, you know, you
Yeah.
can still take them.
Yeah.
I'm saving the best for last.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last story is about this guy who was pulled over in Oklahoma, and guess what they found on him?
I don't even know what to guess.
You don't, because it's absolutely insane. Okay, first of all, he did have a gun, but I think it was like, I'm pretty sure it was legal, but he was driving a stolen vehicle. He had a gun, and he had a open bottle of Kentucky Deluxe whiskey. Hold on, it's gonna get crazier. He had a terrarium with a live rattlesnake in it.
Oh my God.
Even weirder, this is my favorite part, he had a canister of radioactive powdered uranium.
What? Radioactive? What kind of canister was it in?
I'm not sure, it just says a canister. But the police aren't sure where he got it or what it was for or anything. But they said, you can get through uranium ore on Amazon.
Bro,
What?
wait. What is uranium ore?
Uranium, it's like, hold on, let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's like, in like Family Guy when they're like going back to the past and stuff, like when they're time traveling and stuff, like in time travel movies, I'm pretty sure it's uranium that they always say. It's a chemical element of atomic number 92, a gray, dense, radioactive metal used as a fuel in nuclear reactors.
Okay, so it's metal.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's radioactive is...
Well, and it's used as a fuel in nuclear reactors. That's the, like, freakiest part about it.
Okay, so this guy had rattlesnake venom, Kentucky whiskey, radioactive uranium, and a gun. He was fitting to kill someone.
And a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, like what is he doing? What was he up to? Did he say?
I don't know, but I think that maybe... okay, I was watching a show and they were talking about it, and guess what? They had a really good idea.
What?
He was probably trying to make the snake go radioactive. You know when things get, you know like in like that
Yeah.
game Fallout?
Yeah.
How like everything's like
Got lands.
Everything gets all like big and powerful and crazy.
Yeah.
You know? He was probably trying to make a rattlesnake that was radioactive, a radioactive rattlesnake. That's my best guess. And he was drinking because he was like, this might kill me. I might as well take a couple drinks.
No,
He had a
maybe
gun
it wouldn't
to
kill you if you
defend
were
against
sober.
it. Well, if it was radioactive, that means like he's like giving himself. I don't know what canister he had this in, but like if you're around radioactive things, you're like giving yourself radioactivity.
You
What
know,
is it called?
I've had so many doctor's appointments and body scans that I'm like full of radiation, I bet.
Yeah, probably.
Any x-ray or scan or anything. But I wonder if he was to store the uranium, in a microwave closed, would that stop some of the radioactive waves? Because
See, I don't know because microwaves, I think are different than like uranium, like what comes off the like radioactivity that comes off from uranium. I'm not sure. I know like in Chernobyl they put a big dome over Chernobyl. They just had to replace it because since it's so radioactive, it like they have to replace the dome every
there's a
once in a while.
dome over it?
Yeah, they had to because like not over the entire thing, but over
The bad part.
where the nuclear reactor was.
Yeah.
They had to put a dome over it because it's going to be super radioactive for like thousands of years. Like nobody's going to be able to go to that nuclear reactor site for thousands of years. So they're just going to have to keep replacing the dome like every like however many years
Wow.
because it's like so dangerous they can't leave it off. Like then it'll start to kill all the
Yeah, it'll leak out.
Yeah. So like there's not a dome over like the city and stuff, but because they couldn't get in there to clean it up. So like where that nuclear reactor exploded, that's just like still there.
Yeah.
It's freaky. They
Yeah.
couldn't fly helicopters close enough because it would just they'd go right down. They'd fly over it and it would kill the people who were driving it within like a few seconds.
What?
Yeah. Well, at least that's what they showed in the show. I don't know.
What show?
Chernobyl.
Oh, the new one?
Mhm. It's like literally they're flying over it and this one guy's like, you can't get closer, you can't get closer, you can't get closer. And the stupid helicopter guy just keeps going into it. He flies right over where the reactor exploded and it like kills him instantly and then the helicopter crashes. They can't get close enough to do anything because it's so radioactive.
Well, yeah, but that's just like a show.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was like pretty realistic. They couldn't get close enough to like spray water at it or anything. They had to like stay kind of far back.
Well,
because-
yeah, I'm sure when it first happened, it was. Oh, is it about when it first happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
It basically shows like right before it happened, like leading up to it, and then like while it was happening, it shows like all the different perspectives of like the people in the town,
Oh,
like the
wow. I gotta
government.
go watch that.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
It was crazy. I was
Wow.
like, the whole time I'm watching it, I was screaming like, "Get out of there! What are you doing? Like, get out of there!" Because the people were so annoying. They were just like, a freaking nuclear reactor exploded, and they were all like, "Oh, it'll be all right. Like, I'm gonna just go down there and check on it."
Oh my god.
It was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
But don't mess with uranium. I
Or
don't know.
rattlesnakes.
No, don't mess with rattlesnakes. They're freaking dangerous. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let us know what you think of all the different stories. Let us know if you've heard of any weird stories, you know?
Yeah, we've gotten a few new comments on our videos lately, and we really like reading them and responding, so do let us know.
Yeah, we like to know what you guys think of these stories, because some of them are so crazy. It's like, what?
Yeah,
It feels like we're going crazy.
what's your belief on aliens?
Yeah, are you gonna go storm Area 51, or are you just gonna hope that someone live streams it so you can watch?
Yeah.
Alright guys, thanks.
Bye.